Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine. I'm here with Robin Russell, president of the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, and also a hotelier himself. We're going to hear about that. Actually, what we're really going to hear about is I'm here in Jamaica, and we want to talk about the hurricane and how quickly Jamaica bounced back, and all the little details that are pretty interesting here on Insider Travel Report. Robin, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Hurricane Beryl came through, and I almost feel guilty being hosted to report on how well things are because everything's pretty well.
Yeah, we were very lucky. I think we were more prepared than we've ever been. And I think that's part of why we're able to recover so quickly, because of all the preparation that was done before the hurricane. And you know, just supplies, everything was really prepared for. And then after, everybody came out and just did their part to make sure that the cleanup happened.
Well, I'm going to jump around on my questions because this makes sense now. At the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association, how does it help in times of emergency?
So one of the biggest things that we did, we started with our own manual. So what we did, we created this year an emergency manual where, you know, every scenario was in this manual and you were able to prepare. So from the small to the big hotel, they were able to, you know, just have an idea what to do in the case of emergency. Jamaica has been very blessed in that hurricanes have come, and because of the Blue Mountains, they've either skirted, you know, either down or up from us.
The coffee gets the hurricanes,
Yeah,
right?
okay, exactly. I think the hurricanes are a little afraid of the Blue Mountains. So, but yeah. And then apart from that, now where we really hit the ground was communication. You know, we were able to communicate with what we have in Jamaica is the Office of Disaster Preparedness, the police, the Jamaica Public Service, which is our local power provider, electricity provider, water. So we knew exactly what was happening. We were able to communicate the challenges we were having and, you know, just get the industry back up real quick.
It's unfortunate that you have so much practice, but what do you find what are the newest things that you've discovered are helping you be prepared?
WhatsApp. I mean,
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Wow.
I mean, it's just so simple that you create these WhatsApp groups that information is just done instantaneous.
As long as the cellular towers are working.
Well, what's amazing now, and I'm sorry, this sounds like an ad, but a lot of people have Starlink.
Okay.
So, so you have Starlink, which is not dependent on anything but satellites, and as long as you have cloud coverage, not interrupting your stuff, then yeah, it works perfect. So you were able to communicate with pockets of people in and around the industry, and that didn't create any panic. You know, there was no rush on the airports. There were no, let's get people out of the hotels. It was like, this is what we're doing. This is how we're doing it. This is when it will happen. These are the timelines, and we were able to execute.
And we were talking about the Jamaican people themselves in times of emergency. Give them a shout out.
Well, you know, you have to love our spirit. You know, we came out, it was like a big family. Everybody cleared the roads. Everybody was there for each other. Everybody was helping. You know, you had staff. I had staff at my hotel that stayed there for 4 days without sleep. And I'm seeing that throughout the industry where people just really got on board and on opening back Jamaica. So we didn't wait on the government to clear our roads. People got up in the morning with their machetes and their chainsaws and, you know, just doing what needed to be done to get us to where we need to.
So I'm telling you to tell your clients that if there's going to be a hurricane, be in Jamaica. I know you hate me saying that,
no.
but boy, it's beautiful here and it's safe.
You know, I have to say, you know, we just did stuff with our guests that, because you had them in house now, no longer, you know, they couldn't go on the tours for those 2 or 3 days. So you had them in house and we were like playing games, like, guys, let's have some fun. And everybody was like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
No, and I think we were talking about the fact that they will remember that more than maybe a tour because it was just so different and so welcoming.
Yeah, it was. You know, I mean, I think they got a feel of what Jamaica is really about and what the Jamaican people are really about, which is just a warm set of people that we're going to protect you. You know, we're going to keep you safe and we're going to make sure that you're happy when you're with us.
Jamaica's no stranger to having to deal with crazy issues. Let's start with COVID because you learned stuff there that helped you with everything else.
Most definitely. You know, what COVID taught us was you're never in a silo. So there's never an industry called tourism without the government being involved in it, and how do we interact. And when COVID hit, it was one side of the world saying, let's just lock down our little island and keep COVID out. And then there was another set saying, guys, we need to open or these, we're going to die from hunger. So, and we had to meet in the middle, and we had to create concessions, and a lot of trust was built. So, a lot of things were asked of us, and a lot of things were demanded, and we had to prove that we had the best interests of everybody at heart. We had to open safe, and it's that same trust that carried us through Beryl. Those lines of communication. Guys, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. Trust us.
So you're united as each hurricane comes through since then.
Well, definitely. As every disaster, we're united because at the end of the day, we have Jamaica first. That's what we're about. We're about putting Jamaica and Jamaicans first, and that's what it's all about.
All right, now let's talk about your pet project, Deja, the hotel.
Right. So Deja is a small all-inclusive resort that's owned by myself and my brothers and sisters, and we started that about 8 years ago. And it's a 3-star property, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to appeal to those persons that didn't want to spend a lot of money on vacations, but wanted the safety and security of having some food and beverage. And that's what we are. We're just a 3-star all-inclusive. And that's the service we offer, and it's been really, really wonderful. We have a lot of returning guests, and people love us for where we are. We're right in the middle of downtown Montego Bay. So you walk into all the clubs, you walk into the beaches, you're interacting with locals. So it's just a fun little resort.
And how did the hurricane affect you? And then let's talk about all the other hotels.
So, we were basically left unscathed because we have a large mountain to the back of us. So it really blew over our heads. Unfortunately, in the middle of it, our generator, we had generator issues, so we lost our generator. So we're without power. But fortunately, we made it out without any major damage. And I would say most of the major hotels in Jamaica, including a lot of the small hotels, made it out without any major damage.
Who's the hardest hit?
The South Coast got hardest hit. Treasure Beach and that side was really hard hit. Negril got some poles down and some foliage damage. But fortunately, within a matter of days, we were able to get Negril up and running. But apart from those two places, we really were lucky. We missed. Apart from Treasure Beach being really, really hit hard, everything else was basically open in a matter of days.
But now Treasure Beach is open now.
Some of it is open. They lost a lot of poles, so it's just really about replacing all of their infrastructure. I know they were able to get water back up with some generators pumping at the stations. So it's going to be slow, but I know they'll be open definitely for season.
We talked about the interesting supply chain issues. Specifically, I had no idea about bananas. Talk to us about that, please.
Yeah, bananas. The banana plant is a very fragile plant. It's this stalk with big leaves, and it seemed to have just got hit terribly. Everybody complained about bananas. But again, the banana plant is very resilient. Usually when a banana bears, you cut down the tree and it grows back. So we're thinking that in another couple of months, we definitely will have bananas. The other thing that we're hearing, which is very positive, that although St. Elizabeth, which is the breadbasket of Jamaica, and that's where a lot of our produce comes from, they will only hit about 30% of what they would naturally produce. So hopefully we won't be that adverse affected when it comes to produce and that kind of nature. Fortunately, our chicken products was definitely not affected, our pork. We don't have a big beef industry, but our main produce, which is chickens and pork, was left unscathed.
Now, the airports and the cruise ports, they were closed for about how long?
About 2 days. And a lot of that was just making sure, doing all the checks, making sure that everything was safe, making sure all the lights were working. So I think it was more procedural than operational. There are a lot of FAA requirements, just a lot of requirements that are needed when you close the airport to open it back up. And I would say that they did a really good job of getting back open. And I would just like to thank the airlines that as they opened up, flights just really started coming. As soon as those airports were open, we had flights coming in, extra flights were put in to get people out. So there was no real disruption. There were not a lot of people at the airport because of communication. So Jamaica really did a good job at communicating and making sure our guests were taken care of.
Well, you represent the hotels, and how long did it take? How long was the dip? And are you back?
We're back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're fully back. I would say within 2-3 days.
That's something.
Yeah, we were back. People were on the beach.
For the most part, people were just clearing debris. Really, that was all.
That was it. I mean, you played golf and you had to hit over the banana tree and the course. But, I mean, people were out. People were out having a good time within 3 days of the hurricane. And hotel occupancies are very strong. Last week we had Reggae Sumfest, which is the largest reggae show in the Caribbean. So it's we're fully back, fully back.
So now travel advisors, when things happen, can they go to your organization for information to give to their clients?
Oh, definitely. The JHTA is always willing to communicate openly because it's about an experience. And we're not going to lie about an experience and then you send your guests here and then they have a bad experience and everybody loses. It's about open communication. Look, this is what is happening. This is how it's happening. And this is when we'll be ready or not ready to welcome your guests.
Well, we got 127,000 travel advisors. Where should they go for that? How do they contact you? How do they look you up?
You can send emails to JHTA. I mean, we have the JHTA website. You can send.
What is the address for that?
JHTA.org, I think it is. Yeah. And you just reach out to the JHTA. You can send messages, and we can definitely get you all the information that you need.
So the travel advisor should never feel alone when they're dealing with Jamaica.
No, definitely not. And we have a very close relationship with the Jamaica Tourist Board. So a lot of our information is fed to us from Tourist Board, and we feed our information to them. So any Tourist Board representative will give you the exact same information that the JHTA will give.
Well, no, we're going to be talking to them, and we do give them that information, but you're just another asset that I don't think they realize they have.
Yeah. We're just we're the boots on the ground. You're going to come and stay at our hotels. You're going to come and enjoy yourselves at our attractions and our restaurants. So we're telling you exactly how it is when it's happening. So, and that information needs to go out because it's about information. You want your guests when they come to Jamaica to know what to expect. And at no time are we going to send a false narrative out there into the market because that can only hurt us. We're in the world of information now, and there's no need to try and hide things. It's about saying this is who we are, this is what we do. Come enjoy us.
Robin, thank you for talking to us.
Oh, thank you very much. And you guys, Jamaica is always open, and we welcome you with open arms.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.